I'm like riding, I'm cruising, and all of a sudden I see the blue LEDs. It comes up, and I'm like, first thing, I'm like, sorry, man, I couldn't stand the blinding thing. And he talks about that, and then he brings up, he's like, so you want to tell me why you got a? He was like, your record's clean, but you want to tell me why you got a suspension from school on your record? As a 24-year-old man, I'm sitting in my driver's seat.
I heard you skip class and went to detention one time.
What was that about?
In 08, did you put gum under the table?
Well, he's like, basically like, I give you an ultimatum. You either can take the ticket, or you give me a good story on why you shouldn't get the ticket, or why you got the suspension on the record.
Welcome to the Scheuneman Show, episode 109, I believe it is.
Alan Covert.
Alan Covert. Boom. Yeah, bro. Fucking.
Alan Covert.
He was the star of Grandma's Boy.
We're talking about Grandma's Boy.
Adam
and
Sandler
Happy
had
Madison
nothing to
feature films. I've never even heard that name. That's insane.
Is that right? Alex? Was the kid's name Alex?
Yeah. And Grandma's Boy, yeah.
So lots of stuff's been going on. I think we're gonna get into it. I think.
Ideally.
And then
so.
we're gonna talk about some stuff. Some stuff will be spoken on. So I guess we could start with a couple of things and talk about them. How you guys feel about that?
I'm down,
yeah,
man.
sounds good to me.
Down to talk about some stuff for a little bit?
Lay it on me. I got like 25 minutes. Lay it on me.
What? Jesus Christ, dude. Oh. Tell your job to go fuck off.
I can be late.
You know what? We'll just bring the whole setup to the job.
Yeah, see, perfect. Yeah, we'll do it in the parking lot.
I mean,
I'm getting a call from Galloway, Ohio.
I've been getting
Should
a
we
call
answer it and see
every
what they
day
say?
for 2 weeks from Utah, Salt Lake City, Utah. I keep getting a phone call
Hello?
every day.
Was it even on speaker?
Are you there?
Are you there?
It's not a real person.
Good afternoon. My
Super real person. Super real person.
Super real person. All right, let's get into it.
Okay.
Jay.
Jesus. All right. I got thrown off by the 25 minutes thing. I completely didn't realize that was a thing. Anyway, one thing that I wanted to talk about, not inside of my personal life, but I guess things going on in the world, it's kind of my personal life. But the freaking new update that's coming out for Apple is actually not only one of the scariest updates I've ever heard of, it's also like hilarious how strange it is. And also, it's like for, I don't want to say it's for the boys. It's more like for like whores.
So the only thing I'm not I don't know much about it, but the only thing I've really seen is the money transaction thing. Is that it, or is there more?
No. There's a lot.
Oh, okay.
Elon is pissed about it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Stop
too.
it, Matt. I know.
I
you always know about
Elon
stuff.
didn't like
I
it.
want to talk about
He
stuff
said
too.
you'll keep your phones at the.
No. Okay. So
Literally.
So we'll get into why Elon's mad, and I don't want to spend like too long on this, but like, cause I don't know like the fucking technology stuff of it.
Nitty-gritty.
There's some like really weird features going on. First of all,
Yeah.
I love that you don't know much about it because we can go through and get your genuine reaction on these things.
Yeah,
Like,
but
first of all, how do you feel about? Well, can we just say like every time there's like an unveiling of some new tech or like a press conference from Apple, do you not get the flashback of that mission in GTA where you like detonate the bomb
And the
from that
guy
guy's cell phone?
Yeah.
Because that's literally like, it's like satire on like that whole thing. And like the way that it looks so much like how it does in the game when they're making fun of that thing. And like it's like they don't even try to not be like cringy and like easily like made fun of, I guess. It's just, it's so weird. But anyway, so I'm like looking at this press conference from Apple about like this new update, and like I'm just like, this literally looks like that mission. And then they start talking about one of the first features that really caught my attention. I was like what? Like I think it's interesting, but also like what good positive reason do you have to do this? But it's so now you can hide apps on, like, it will not appear as though you have an app on your phone. So, like, if you say you have Tinder or something, you can literally, like, like hide it in this encrypted folder, and you can't like how you know how folders right now you can like see what's in that folder, but this is just like a fucking hidden little folder. And you
there's
can't see
gotta be
what's
ways.
in there.
There's gotta be ways though.
And then you have to put a passcode or a Face ID or something to get into the folder, and so you can like hide these apps from being seen by anybody, right?
Yeah.
And did you know about that one?
No.
That's the first one where I was like, okay, like, is it a Hot Boy Summer or what?
Well, now you know if you get any suspension, you're just.
Well, that's the thing. It's like
That's where it's at. If you think something's going on, bro, it's probably just going on at this point.
yeah, and then also like yeah, that's okay. There's a feature where you can hide apps. Like, okay, now you can't see the app, but like, bro, let's just role play here. If we're in a relationship and you're trying to hide an app that you don't want your girl to see, I feel like once this update's out, like. Girlfriends or boyfriends, whatever, are not gonna even want to see a fucking encrypted folder.
Well,
on
what
your
about the
phone.
slide feature where you could slide it down and you can search up an app? And
It's hidden from that as well. So like they made sure like it's so and it's
Bro,
I'm
if
not
you
even
have
just
an
saying, like,
encrypted folder I can't get into, I'm gonna raise fucking
red
hell.
flags,
Bro.
red flags everywhere. And so that's gonna be the new thing. It's not gonna be. It's just another wall in between like the real information.
Nah.
It's just like now instead of being like pissed about seeing the app there, it's just gonna be a thing where it's like you better not have a fucking hidden folder on
Bro,
you.
why you got a hidden folder, bro?
And
That's
then
a red
also,
flag.
it's not like you can't search the app. It's hidden from there. You also like you can't find it normal ways that you can typically find apps now. And it's also like depending on what you want. Like it's not on your home screen. I believe the way it works is it's like you have to scroll all the way over to like here. You know how like there's the home screen apps, but then I don't know how
you can go to the extra to see all.
well, this is just like organized in a different way, but I think
okay.
the way they showed it is like it'll only show up like one of these will be like your encrypted folder,
Yeah.
which will only show up here, and then you tap on it, and you have to put in a passcode
Yeah,
to get
fuck.
into it.
Yeah, bro. Once
It's
I
like,
pass go, I'm gonna be like,
There's no like, what excuse are you gonna have to like have a fucking hidden folder?
Why does anyone need that?
yeah, exactly.
well, like there's.
I guess for younger people, if you want to hide shit from your parents or like,
Then why
That's the
is
thing,
Apple
like
encouraging that?
every reason you get back to, and like I'm not like some like PC fucking like helicopter parent supporter. Like I enjoy getting into some shit myself. I'm not saying like fucking being a fuckboy or whatever, but I'm saying like I'm not like, how dare you like support like breaking the rules. But as a company like Apple that has so much like pull and is like looked at with such like, you know,
Regard.
yeah.
yeah,
Like for them to do something like this, and then you start thinking about, okay, why would you do this? There's no good, positive, like rule following reason that you could think of.
it's like they went into their search and was like, what is the most searched thing? And it's like, how do I hide my apps or something? They're like, oh, that's the
Like-
next thing we need to
like,
add.
they're like in a a conference or a meeting, and they're like, "What are our customers really
what are
having
they
problems with and struggling with?" And it's like some guy is
Owen.
at the meeting. He's like, "Bro, my girl just broke up with me. She found Tinder on my phone." It's like, and they're like, "Let's just fucking make it easier for you or something." It's
We're gonna help you cheat, guy.
or like hiding stuff from your parents, or like hiding stuff from your employees, friends.
like,
It's
go be a rebel.
Not good.
We promote.
Nothing about that sounds
Go
good.
be a rebel.
I guess like, and the example they used was almost like a joke because like they
Yeah.
know what they're doing and what people are going to
Exactly.
think when
They
they
have
say
to.
that. But the example they used was like, if you have some high-tech app that tracks your hairline retention, or not retention, like
Recession?
yeah.
And you don't want your girlfriend to see.
Well, they're like, and you're embarrassed. Like you want this app to like keep track of your hair loss or whatever,
She's
and you don't
noticing.
want people to see it.
She's noticing either way,
Bro, they just
bro.
gotta look at your fucking head,
You know
dude.
what I'm saying?
But and they like laughed as they said it, and it was just like,
Bro.
sus, like big sus. And then there's this other thing with where like Elon Musk is getting like triggered by this.
Dude, he is
update
so pissed.
because they're using AI not only through Siri, but like they're implementing. I always mess this up. Chat GPT.
Yeah.
I always say BT.
I got you.
So Chat
What does it stand for?
GPT. I
guys
don't
know?
Let's not get it. We only have 25 minutes.
Oh, okay. Let's say.
But
like 30.
I'll put it in the.
so like apparently they're implementing AI into Apple software so much so that, and this is where I'm a little like I don't fully understand. Like Elon thinks that that's like going to cause problems. I mean, we can talk all day about how AI is going to like inevitably end up causing problems in loads of
But in
different
the
ways.
sense, is it gonna like like interrupt his?
I think one of the biggest issues he has with it is I think he believes that will like further their ability to like monitor information going on and being transferred through the phone and around the phone. And like I think that he doesn't like the idea of like Siri, who is like a feature that like listens to you, like, hey Siri, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I bet it could have happened to
And
like
it's only
people's
your
phones
voice.
listening.
Like
Is
you
it?
couldn't do it on mine, but I can do it on mine.
Do you have this feature?
Try it.
Hey Siri.
And then watch. Hey Siri.
That's weird. I didn't know that.
I never turned that shit on. I opt out of all that shit.
So I just read a couple of his tweets, and I think it has something to do with the fact that he thinks like that, like your sensitive information, his business's sensitive information, will be more at risk with this feature.
Yeah.
And he was specifically saying like if Apple decides to do this such and such thing with AI, like using it with their software, blah, blah, blah. There's like a specific term for it. He was like, if they choose to do this, I will no longer accept Apple products going into my like factories, like
Workplace,
building.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's sus for, and like just the fact, and they're calling like Apple intelligence, like, which is like sus again,
I don't
big
like
red
that.
flag. And it just sounds like a James Bond villain or something. And the fact,
That's just Skynet.
so like, and here's the thing, like, there's another thing that's coming with this update that has to do with AI, but just like, I feel like it's inevitable. We can't be completely scared of it like forever. We're gonna have to accept it and hope that it's used for the right ways. But it's like the same thing with like the U.S. government. Like we have to hope that they're not completely fucking us. Like we know they're fucking us, but like
they're
we have
fucking.
to hope that they're not fucking us like super bad. And so if we know the U.S. government is fucking us in subtle ways, and we have to take that same like thought process with hoping that AI isn't used to fuck us in too bad of ways, it's like, well, they're gonna use it to fuck us.
Yeah, we're gonna
it's
get
just how
piped down.
bad is it gonna be?
Yeah.
And so,
Well, they're gonna.
and then like my dumb brain is like, okay, well the next thing that's kind of cool, I guess, about this update is apparently they're gonna allow you to make your own new emojis using AI.
That's fucking cool.
So yes, it's cool, but it's more like AI into your phone.
I mean, fuck it. So
But
fuck
then-
an intelligence unit being in my phone. I don't like that. I don't like how that sounds. It sounds like, because I've got the iPhone 15, right? So like my shit's gonna be like first wave fucking demo shit
Yeah.
when that shit comes out.
Yeah.
I hopefully they add an option to opt out.
I'm sure there
like,
will be,
turn it
but
off.
Do not
like,
update the
I
phone.
think there is, but I kind of take this thought process with it. I'm sure that you opting out of it is the same thing as you going into Google and going into incognito mode. Incognito mode doesn't do shit.
Oh yeah, it's still gonna register all my activity. It's just probably not
fake
gonna help me.
comfort.
Yeah, it's just not gonna be helpful.
Like if you really want what you believe incognito mode is doing for you, you need to get a different what's it called?
I'm buying a flip phone.
See, in that sense,
But
though.
you know what I'm saying? Where you there's like services where you can have your such and such be different. Your
VPN.
Like a five.
yeah VPN.
Got you.
So like in order to do what incognito mode is like made to sound like it's doing for you, like that's not gonna do it. You need to get a like VPN service.
Yeah.
And so
But in that sense, like if they added a meta world or something like that, that would be really cool to use like the AI function to make your generated face into a.
that's where it's gonna. That's the thing about AI is like it's gonna go in directions like that where there's all these cool things we can do with it. Like honestly, like not to sound like a fucking total gaming nut, but like one of the most exciting things to me about AI is like the idea of one day, like imagine a Grand Theft Auto where the map is what you want it to be.
Yeah.
Like
Input some shit and then boom.
Oh,
Yes.
dude, I imagine like I get to like put on this fucking suit or something. And I'm just in there, like.
Ready Player One
we're
shit.
just
so
like,
close to
ooh,
that already.
yeah, it's just
Have you
like-
seen the body cam game?
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
that's
Shit's
fucking
insane.
crazy.
Y'all see what Sony said about using AI recently?
What?
So Sony came out and talked about for Sony Pictures, they're gonna start using AI and some of their stuff to fucking like smooth through some stuff,
Yeah.
save money on scenes, and we're not talking like. I think we're talking like walking scenes where you really don't see the hands. We're talking sky shots, like landscape shots and shit, transitional things.
Yeah.
And I guess they're just going to save money and time and largely in part switch to AI for that. Disney's also going to do some AI stuff, I guess, but on their end with it being animation, and they're going to have God's AI, so I think they could probably just start pumping out a Pixar movie every week.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't Disney the one that just came out with that walking pad or something like that, where you could walk?
Oh, I no. I think
place?
that was like it's something that came out of fuck. What's that one place that comes up with like all the crazy tech? Fuck. It's like a college or like a university.
Caltech?
Huh?
Caltech?
No, something like that though.
Heard.
I think it was like an independently made thing, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But Disney might buy the patent or rights to it or whatever. But
And Nintendo has the balancing board. For a second, I thought you were describing that, like for the Wii way back in the day. For
Yeah,
Wii Fitness
yeah.
and bullshit.
well,
I'd imagine that technology's advanced a lot in the past 20 years since the Wii came out.
yeah, and I mean, I was actually talking about this like at a meeting last night. Like it's crazy because, well, first of all, like AI is getting better and better and better, like
Daily.
so fast.
So fast.
And like they're like the first obvious thing, like job that's being taken is like art in all different kinds of ways.
hate.
Yeah, and so I remember when AI first started popping up and being so accessible, you could really tell in the art, like, oh, this is fucking crazy looking. It's
too good
Or
now.
like you could even see like one thing that I would always use is like if somebody's making an AI billboard or like poster, you can tell if there's any words in there. They would never be able to like do words or like type for whatever
The
reason.
robot doesn't get words and like phonetic grammar yet.
So-
It would always
This is what
come
it
out like
looks like.
some crazy looking Russian, Japanese looking writing.
It looks like that, and you can just walk, and you're like in place, but you're walking.
Yeah, I've
the
seen
whole
that.
bath mat. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So, yeah, but it's like it's getting better and better to the point where I mean, you know this, Matt. Like we've gotten to a point where
Damn, he
like,
took your burp.
we've gotten to a point where like people will release music and it takes like a few hours for people to figure out like, okay, is this actually being released from the artist or is it AI? Like with the whole Kendrick and Drake thing, there were a few different times that AI tracks were released and people had to sit there and figure out, okay, is this real or is this fake?
Yeah.
And it's becoming so good that like it's hard to tell.
Like BBL Drizzy,
BBL.
is the sample that Metro Boomin used. Like he did not make the BBL Drizzy sound. An AI guy uploaded that as like just to get into the diss zeitgeist and get some extra clout and stuff. The Metro found Bud's video and then sampled it and made that into the BBL Drizzy beat that we all know now.
Okay.
So AI has already worked its way into the mainstream right in front of our faces, and I'm sure there's people out there that don't even fucking know that.
Oh yeah, and I mean yeah, think about it, like we are relatively aware of it, but like
in.
there's so many people that like they could just be trying to ignore it, but like which is usually the healthy thing to do, but like they don't realize what's happening around them. Like what you're saying is like they don't realize how much shit they're seeing is probably like AI generated. And-
Exactly. It's already here, bro. It's
But-
already here.
I'm sure this is gonna end up being like proven to be false or something. But one thing that I was like telling myself to kind of feel a little better about like jobs being, well, it's still gonna take jobs. But I was thinking like, there's a chance that there's gonna be a job that comes out of this that's like a professional AI prompt writer, because when you are using AI to do something, so much is dependent on how well you can feed it what you want it to do.
Descriptive as hell, yeah.
So like using the like right terminology and describing it like not too long, not too short, really determines the quality of work you'll get back. So there's a chance that like some job that'll come out of this is like some guy that like hangs his hat on being like a professional AI like user or whatever. And then hopefully like we're hoping that genuine real art still stays alive, and I'm sure there's going to be like two camps where like one camp like doesn't give a fuck and they'll listen to whatever music is made whether or not it's AI, But then there's going to be other people who are like, no, I want the real thing. Like, I want the actual artist making this. But it is really crazy. Like, imagining, like, well, with the app, back to the Apple update, like, being able to, like, just create your own emojis off the top of your head. Like, I'll show you a picture, Marquise, to put up. But, like, the example they used was, like, it's like a face, like a frowny or like a relaxed looking emoji face with, like, cucumbers on its eyes. And it, like, churns out like a spa day like emoji. That's pretty crazy. And but like imagine an app where you could just like make whatever song you want. Like I want fucking Kendrick Lamar to rap about a breakup between like Matt and Cynthia, and like write about what happens in your breakup or whatever, and like you can just have your own music that like specifically like relates with exactly what you're going through. Like people are gonna fucking flock to that like crazy.
Well, the only thing with that is, so I just ran into this because I have my song with Dave East coming out. We're recording this the 12th. That song will be out the 14th, so literally 2 days from now. You still have to file paperwork and like send off contracts that are signed and documented and everything to, DSPs and distributors to prove that the artist involved is the artist involved. Like, I can't just type in Kendrick Lamar and then it's Marquise rapping. You know what I mean? Like they're not gonna let that fly.
Some applications will require you to do that. But who knows how many won't.
iTunes, the big ones.
But and then just to move through this, so the other two things that I wanted to bring up about this update that are kind of interesting. One, this one's actually really cool because it's going to end up saving lives. They're apparently, and I don't know why this hasn't been done before, but they're allowing you to set, like, you know how like when you don't have like service somewhere, like
the SOS thing.
Well, not just that. Now you're going to be able to like message people using the satellites. So like if you're in the like on the Colorado Trail, like section fucking butt fuck, and you are like miles away from civilization, no service or anything, you'll be able to connect to the satellites and like send messages wherever, whenever.
So no signal.
Pretty much.
I mean, that is on some human shit great for society, but okay, it sounds like there's positives to this, right?
We still need to work on my router at home. That shit cuts out, and I need the game.
And then there's one other one. There's a bunch of shit in here, but I don't want to spend all day talking about it. But there's a strange or cool thing where, like, to be able to, this actually, like, plays into, like, another thing I wanted to talk about. But they're trying to make less miscommunication happen through text messages, because I don't know about you guys, but like, and me and Marquise have been through it. Like there have been so many times where, and I've been through it with all kinds of people, and I know other people have been through it. But like, you get a text message and reading it, you don't always know exactly how the fucking person means it. Right. And like the way that, well, first of all, we had this whole debate yesterday at the meeting as well. Like the way periods are used in today's generation, like it's implied that like with most people our age, if you use a period in the wrong way, it's like a middle finger.
Yeah.
But what they're trying to do with like text messages, which like, by the way, you could just fucking call the person or see them. Also true. Because so many problems that are over a text message or social media are no longer problems when you're in front of the person.
Right.
I just got this
thing. I like
thing.
FaceTime.
This thing just popped up in my head when you said that start. It's like you go to send the message, and then it's like, well, now hold on, wait a minute. Would you like to send this in a happy matter, a mad matter, a sad matter?
Or you start using AI to be like, can you type this message to make it sound like I'm not trying to offend this person? Or
killed the dog, drowned the kids, but I don't want to be the asshole here. How do I say this?
Bro,
just unsend.
Imagine like,
Start over.
bro, imagine you have like a dating app, And because you can use because AI is so integrated with your phone now, or apparently will be, imagine you can use AI to convince a girl to like you. Or
Have
whatever.
you not seen
to
those
pick up a
ads
girl.
recently?
Enhance my dick
Fucking
pic.
insane.
Have you not seen the ads going around that's like, use AI to help your breakup? And then there'll be other messages and be like, AI text.
Bro.
South Park did that as a joke. South Park has a whole episode where it's a joke about that. Now
Bro,
it's real.
Bro, it's real. I've literally I've experienced this. I've had a girl text me a message that was like, you're fucking using AI right now, because they'll be talking a certain way, and then the next message you
just
get.
Go to Harvard real quick.
Dearest Julian.
Exactly, bro. What Marquise just said. It's like now you're using multiple synonym words. It's just they'll just start using vocabulary that they've never fucking used
Your
before.
lexicon is not that advanced.
It's fully fucking perfectly podcast brain. It has all the punctuation and grammatically correct. It's like, this is not you, and you're texting me and you can just tell. I've had
You've never used a
conversations-
comma like that before.
and there's apps out there where you can literally try to solve an issue you're having with someone using AI, and I can read the message I'm being sent and see, fuck it.
I'll just be late.
And you can see she just fed it an issue that she wants to be resolved, and is trying to fix it using AI. And it's so easy to see.
It would have been crazy
Oh, I
if you
tell her
would.
the condom broke.
Yeah,
It would have been crazy if you sent back, well, damn, I didn't know I was dating AI or something.
bro. I've literally I was making jokes about it. I was talking about I forget what I said, but it's weird that fucking happens. It's crazy, and then that's gonna end up being something that's in your encrypted folder, hiding your AI texting app. You're gonna be I swear I've never.
Honey,
sent
what
you
is
that.
this?
It's crazy that you would even say that.
Yeah.
I'm so offended.
I would never.
Reading Robert Frost all week, I promise.
I don't know about that, and people fucking thieves are freaking out about the tap cash shit. Obviously the other person's gonna have to tap their shit too and use their face, but
Turn it off.
people are bugging about that.
No way you can't turn that off.
Last note on this, I have stopped. I did this a while ago because I thought that I've heard about how iPhone will slowly degrade your phone as time goes on, so that you need to buy a new one.
They lost a court case over that.
And I don't know, I'm sure this does nothing for it, but it's a little bit of laziness, a little bit of paranoia, and whatever. But I kind of don't update my phone, unless something I'm really debating whether or not I'm gonna update it for this, because there's cool things in it, but at the same time, it feels like taking the apple from the snake.
Yeah.
With Adam
Then
and Eve
again,
and shit.
you go to buy the next gen, it's going to be already updated.
Yeah, so
That's
there's
true. Say
there's
you
no avoiding
you
it.
buy the new one,
Yeah.
you're shackled with it anyway.
Yeah,
It's
there's-
inevitable. That's what's fucked up about the shit is it's inevitable.
There's no avoiding it.
Put it off for as long as possible, and I treat
Keep that one secure for as long as you can.
my phone's pretty good. But what you just talked about with the built-in Apple degradation shit over time, or the whatever the fuck they want to call it, you know what I mean? Then I'll get sued again. It just doesn't. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of a living robot being in my fucking cell phone.
Yeah, and we already got enough of that. But Marquise, tell us your story.
Oh, about last night, whatever.
I purposely didn't ask you or respond to it because I was like,
I was waiting.
but then I didn't even read past the little message I could see when you sent it to me, and then I clicked on it this morning and I was like, you already told me the fucking ending, but I do want to hear it because I have something similar that happened to me.
I don't know nothing.
I'm driving, and there's a road that goes from 55 miles per hour. So I get off the highway, and then I'm going from
A speed
55
trap.
to 45 or so, right?
Yes.
And so I'm cruising, and I kind of don't really pay attention to signs because I've been
Laws.
driving for
I'm
fucking
just kidding.
driving for so long, and I'm literally in country style roads, long roads.
Yeah.
Fucking so. I'm like riding, I'm cruising, and all of a sudden I see the blue LEDs like heading my way, and so I'm like, oh shit. So I kind of like, I have a manual, so I can downshift instead of like hitting my brakes and showing the lights and shit.
So that's quiet.
Oh, dude, well, it's a quiet car, so it does help, but
Oh yeah, I forgot you're not driving the Mitsubishi.
yeah, the
My bad.
Mitsubishi's so
That
loud.
fucking thing is a.
I miss it, man. We're getting it rebuilt this summer. All right, but or something.
I wouldn't need to ask you when you were close because I could hear you when you were a couple miles away. Like,
Yeah, bro.
I could feel you coming.
So I downshift, and about at this time, I remember looking, and I'm like 53, 52, going down to 50, and then he's getting closer, and then I remember like I'm in the 50s right now, or like high 40s, you know.
And what's the
And
speed limit?
It's 45 at this
Okay.
time.
So if you're in the high 40s,
actually,
you should be good.
It might even
35?
Might even be 35. I don't remember exactly now. It cut down, but
'Cause I think typically it's like if they want to be
No,
a
it's
dick,
45.
anything after 5 miles is like you can get a ticket. But most cops who are feeling nice will do 10 miles.
no, it was 45 because I remember when he got behind me, I was going under the speed limit. I remember.
Oh, okay.
So I downshifted all the way down, and then I noticed he was gonna fucking do a U-E and get behind me. So he slowed down, got behind me, and at this moment, I'm at 44 miles per hour. I remember looking down when he was behind me.
Yeah.
I didn't even have my seatbelt on. I threw that bitch on real quick too.
Mm.
And so, yeah, he throws on the lights, right? And so I pull in, and he comes up to the door, you know, and he's like, "So how you doing?"
Passenger side or
Driver's
side?
side.
Okay.
And another thing is, he shines his freaking brights into my mirror, and he told me
hate
it was
that
for a
shit.
safety reason at the end of the day, but so I couldn't see. And so
You
I'm
know when
like,
they have that like
blind.
those like fucking light strip on the top of their car that
Yeah.
like literally like high beams your whole
They have
shit.
that fucking actual spotlight that they be shining.
yeah, that's
and
what I mean,
shit,
yeah.
bro. Yeah, that thing, yeah. So I can't fucking see and shit. And he comes up and he's like, he's cool. I'm not gonna lie. He's like, how's the night going? Where you coming from? And I'm like, yeah, I work in Columbus. I live in Delaware. I'm heading to Marion at this time. It was like 1 a.m. last night. So
I'm driving through Ohio.
yeah, I'm driving
Right,
through
I'm
Ohio
fucking
right now,
mobile,
bro. Like, what's up? And so he's like, you got license and registration. I didn't have my registration. I cleaned up my car, so I fucking took it out. He's like, if you have it on your phone, that's fine. So he's like, search for that. I'm going to go, and I'll be right back. And so, he also asked, he was like, you have anything on your record or anything? I was like, no, I'm clean as day. Like, I instantly
Yeah.
jumped to that. And he goes, I get my shit, like, pulled up for him, and I turned my mirror, dude, so it stopped blinding me.
Imagine you hit it like at him, like you
Right.
reflect the light.
It's like, damn it, bro. So he comes up, and I'm like, first thing, I'm like, sorry, man, I couldn't stand the blinding thing. And he talks about that. And then he brings up, he's like, so you want to tell me why you got he was like, your record's clean, but you want to tell me why you got a suspension from school on your record. Bro, I'm like, what?
I'm a grown man.
Bro.
If that shit shows up on your record, my shit probably looks like polka dotted. Like,
Christmas tree,
oh
goddamn
my
it.
god.
So he was like, basically,
does that?
I'll give you an
This is a Worthington
ultimatum.
cop.
No, Marion. I'm in Marion,
What,
bro.
you got people in here with like meth on the record, like
Right.
with meth on their teeth. Like, why are we talking about
Not even on fentanyl
a
right now.
suspension?
As a 24-year-old man, I'm sitting in my driver's seat.
I heard you skip class and went to detention one time.
What was that about?
In 08, did you put gum under the table? Because I swear to God, I'll put you in.
Well, my dumbass goes,
slam.
"What time?"
Which time?
No, but we won't get into that. But he's like, basically, like, I give you an ultimatum. You either can take the ticket, or you give me a good story on why you shouldn't get the ticket, or why you got the suspension on the record.
I like the good story, but like,
So
bro, why are you bringing it up as like? I think that's funny, and I think he's trying to be funny,
he
but
just
like,
did it to be funny, I think,
Like,
bro.
what in the name of Monty Python?
He had
dude?
to, bro. so I'm
I would have
sitting
started
there-
going so into
Bro,
a story. I would have made like the craziest shit up.
Well, I got diddled earlier that week by my uncle, and then you see.
Bro, I didn't even get into the story. So basically, I'm just like,
crazy.
I'm like, okay, so I'll tell you this time I skipped lunch. We went to the house, and all I got to was your mom showed, like, we went there.
I started telling him about how
we
you got
smoked.
suspended.
Yeah, we got.
I love that.
I
That's
told him,
so
I was like,
funny.
yeah. So his mom pulled up to his dad's house with 2 cops. And he was like, "Oh yeah, you're good." And just,
Oh my God.
just walked away. He was like, "Have a good
insane.
night."
He just wanted to hear something funny.
Bro.
Yeah,
Since when do they have suspensions on the record?
and what if that was just a joke? Like, what
Yeah,
if,
like what if you?
what if that was a dry humor
how would
joke
he
and he's
know?
fucking serious?
Yeah,
No, like
but
what if you like guessed?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what if he was just like, I'm just gonna fuck with this guy?
Maybe.
What about that one time he got suspended in high school, bro?
Bro.
I don't know
Like,
what to think.
That's
though.
why I was like, "What time?" I don't know what you're talking about.
That would not be on your permanent.
Because the only thing would be the truancy.
I'm saying.
There's no
The
way.
truancy would only be on there, but that's off now. When we turn 18, that's
Yeah.
off.
Well,
Yeah.
then again, like I've
It
always
still
had this
shows.
theory, like it's like off your record, but like one time I went to
Still.
court and they brought up shit that was off
then
my record,
again,
and I was like,
They did suspend me from my license for however long, and then she fucked up because she wasn't supposed to suspend me till I
"Wait,
was
are
18.
you sure that he didn't say suspended license and not
No,
suspended?"
he said suspension for school.
Okay, that's
You ain't never
weird.
been to college, right, bro? That's fucking. That's
weird.
high school, bro.
That's
That's
so weird.
crazy. That's insane.
That's crazy.
Maybe I was just out of it and I heard him wrong because I was like, "Why the hell are you asking me this right now?" But I heard school and suspension.
You misheard him, started geeking out and being like, "This whole story, me and my buddy," and he was just like, "I don't. This is more than I wanted to handle.
Yeah.
Take your
God,
shit back, weirdo. Please leave."
Shit, buddy, I got out of the ticket.
The crazy thing
Colin.
is like when you like were getting pulled over, like the lights were coming on and shit, and you slowed down like below the speed limit.
I remember looking; it was 44 miles per hour.
It's
bro.
actually smarter to speed a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
Like if you like don't want to get pulled over, or don't want to look guilty.
But I
or
didn't
whatever.
catch it on night because your car slows down.
I'm not saying it like you should have known. I'm just saying it like that's actually kind of so weird because and this one time I got pulled over and I asked them like why they pulled me over and they literally said they were like you were going like exactly the speed limit and driving so carefully.
I got a brick in my trunk. Yeah, leave me alone.
Well, when it
But like they pulled me over for that.
yeah.
I'm
so
like, bro,
weird.
what? And then so that shit was weird.
So sorry, I drive.
Bro,
for Uber.
when someone says that, I mean, obviously I'm not gonna say that, but I'm thinking in my head, well, you fucking went behind me and kind of
Yeah, you
started.
guys are scary.
You started trailing me, bro. What am I
The
supposed
law,
to do,
my
bro?
bad for following
Like I'm
the
just
law.
supposed to fucking keep breaking the law for you? Like,
But-
damn.
And the other day I was driving at night and I was driving behind this cop and I couldn't see if there was any cars in front of him. I was just behind this cop and I don't know about you guys, but I feel freaked out like crazy whenever I see a cop, but I feel a little better behind them.
Especially at night, though.
Yeah, but like, do you feel me like behind them is a
Yeah.
little better, but it's like really no different.
Oh, I
It's
hate
really not
being
different.
within proximity.
Oh no, I do too. Don't get me wrong. I'm still freaked the fuck out. I'm just saying like
They're more so
2%
paying
less.
attention ahead than behind.
You would think, but it's
would
probably
think.
like
yeah, he's 360.
so I'm
eyes
driving.
behind his head. Shit.
Yeah, I'm driving behind this cop and it's like 1:30 in the morning. So it's like the time that you just don't want to see police. And I'm driving and we take a turn and I make the turn better than he did. Like it was like we took a left turn and I went into the right, like the lane I was supposed to go into, and he went into like the right lane.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. And I was like,
You went into the right lane, but he went into the right lane.
Yeah. And so he does that, and then I had to go take a right, so I like went to go get behind him again, and then as soon as I like turned, like went like changed lanes, then got behind him again, he flicked his lights on, and I was like, fuck. I was like, am I getting pulled over? And so I start to pull over, and I'm waiting there, and he gets out of his car, and I'm like, wow, I'm fucking getting pulled over, and then he doesn't walk to me, and he walks in front of him, and I'm like, wait a second, what? And so I like,
Wicked.
I start to pull out, and I'm like, oh, there's a car in front of him that he was pulling over. So
Oh
I
my gosh, you
I
look fried.
pulled over with him. But I can't see the fucking car, and
Yeah.
Sweating.
but I was just like, Jesus Christ, like, dude. I wonder if he was like, why the fuck is this guy here?
At that time, it's so horrible because you're already tired. Well, most of the time, unless
Yeah.
you work third shift, you're like tired and you're like, oh, please don't think I'm high. Like, fuck, you're gonna accuse me for some shit. I just got off of work. Like,
Yeah.
I am high.
fuck, bro, I am high, but
Please leave me
damn,
alone.
bro, I'm 10 minutes away from home.
Where I appreciate not driving because I am always stoned, right? So like, I can't really get shit for being a stoned passenger. You know what I mean? Like I just It's not my
But
car,
I've gotten
bro.
a fucking seatbelt ticket for being a passenger.
Well, you just gotta.
If a front seat, that'll happen.
Yeah.
I remember the
Back
one.
seat, you cool.
But I thought if you're 18 and older, you're allowed.
I think it's like any seatbelt.
I just want to find it.
I remember this one time I had that same thought process, and I was like, oh, like they're pulling this guy over because the car I'm in smells like weed, but I'm a passenger and I have nothing on me. I'm cool. And that was the same time that I got put into a cop car still while they searched it, handcuffed still. And then when they searched it, they're like, so we found your gun. And I don't even know if you've heard this story.
No.
This is we don't have time for
I
it.
never been
But
cuffed.
dude, it's not fun.
Too good.
Did you say that?
Yeah,
But then
no,
you just
yeah.
get unlucky one day.
Smooth criminal.
But yeah,
Said,
they
I keep the
literally
butter on me.
They tried to say that a gun they found in the car was mine, and they were like, when I was like, no, it's not. Like, and they're like, oh yeah, okay, try it in court, like type shit. And I was like, bro, what the fuck?
Bro,
And you
they'll
start
do
thinking, like,
anything to get.
What do I say? Like, this is the truth, what I'm saying, but how do I say the truth without making it sound like I'm lying?
Which gun? The one with the switch? Yeah, that's mine.
Bro.
And then that was, if you haven't heard the story, that like it's a crazy one because I mean it goes on for a long time. We'll tell it like next time again, but like I did end up while waiting in the cop car to like be told what was about to happen. A drunk driver smashed into the cop car that I was in, like going 45 miles an hour, and like it hit he hit the cop car I was in, which crashed into the cop car in front of me. And then that cop car crashed into the car that I was in that got pulled over. And that car that I got pulled over in hit a cop. Like, yeah. And so the they immediately like ripped this guy out of the fucking car. They're like, get the fuck on the ground.
It turned into Julian.
Shit.
Probably almost killed him. Julian's like, oh, thank God someone fucked
Yeah,
up
Julian's
with
like
us
just
tonight.
That's
watching
what I
this shit.
thought.
I'm going home.
That's what I thought, but it didn't really change shit.
Well, they were just extra pissed. Fuck all these kids.
The person I was with was like, he thought the same thing because he was like, I'm injured, I need to go to the hospital. I was like, bro, they asked me the same thing, and what you don't realize is you'll just go to the hospital and then continue on with whatever would have happened.
They'll wait, yeah.
Yeah, so you're just gonna
regardless.
prolong this whole thing, and they called him on it, and he was like, okay, fine. Anyway, couple really quick things, and then we'll get you out of here. But what do you guys think about fucking putting jelly on a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich?
Putting jelly.
Jelly.
Oh, that sounds good as fuck.
Why? Bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich is so
Oh.
good already.
Wait, bacon without. Oh, okay.
Bacon, egg, and cheese with just jelly on it.
Without the
Go.
cheese.
I just, in my opinion, don't put sweet on it.
I don't like sweet with cheese, so inherently I'm not with it.
Bro, that's why I said don't put the cheese
So
on.
like, I was, and this is also kind of a shout out to, I think I might be wrong. It might be Parsons Avenue, maybe. Anyway, I like finding spots that like are a cool walk that have multiple different like good food spots or places to stop in and out of.
Yeah.
I found this like this street with like a bunch of really cool like hole in the wall spots, and I was getting breakfast in bed.
What were you doing with the hole in the wall spots?
Well, I wasn't.
Lord.
Not that kind of hole in the wall. Not a sticky. It wasn't a sticky hole in the wall.
Well, you gotta clean it.
And so, I don't think they clean them very
Oh my
often.
gosh.
Not probably.
They just
not.
paint over
So
them.
what is this? Axis?
And so, you know the clubs are good when you go into this bathroom stall and there's just like cocaine on.
You know the
fucking-
clubs are good when you have an
towel rolls.
understage entrance.
So I'm like ordering. So first of all, Hangover Easy. I don't know if you guys have ever heard this place.
Hangover Easy.
So fucking
That actually, I've heard of that actually.
I feel like you have. I had felt like I had heard it too, but I'd never been to it. But it's like one of those like once you find it, you're like, oh, where have you been my whole life? Like they have like this place is open from like fucking like 8 a.m. to like 2 or 3, and they have like full cocktails and shots. So I'm like going in there to get
We
breakfast.
need more places like that.
And I like, first of all, I had to order online because I was like trying to be quick. And when I get to this bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, they didn't have any options to like alter what comes on it. You can only add stuff. And I saw the jelly thing, and I was like, and it didn't specify what kind of jelly. I was like, there's no way they're putting like jam or like sweet jelly on it. Like,
What if it's not sweet?
And
What
I
if it's
want
a
it-
spicy jelly?
well, I went to go and try and make it in time to tell them not to do that. But I thought it might be like a. Have you ever heard of like bacon jam?
Yeah.
Like there's like they'll make like
There's-
bacon jelly. Or
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
a savory kind of jelly, and I was like, I could deal with that, but. I get this bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, and I had a couple shots there while I was waiting at like 1 in the afternoon. But if they have shots on the menu and they close at 3, I'm gonna fucking do it. Like cinnamon toast crunch shots, like
good,
bro.
And so I wanted to shout this place out while also being like, I am so against putting jelly on a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich because like it was all right, and I see what they were trying to do because it wasn't overpowering and it kind of did work, but like. This thing, like I was able to like scrape most of it off, and just like from what I could see and the way it tasted, if I tried to ignore the jelly, like the bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich was so fucking good, like my mouth's watering, and it's like you fucked it up with jelly. Like I put in the
You
comments.
do
if you guys-
jam, bro.
I love a McGriddle, and the McGriddle has the sausage like installed in the fucking buns, right? That's delicious. I get a McGriddle, add cheese, no egg. Fucking that's that's God's work, honestly.
I'm gonna be honest. Hot
jelly?
take: I don't like McDonald's breakfast. I hate it.
Un-American.
I hate it.
Un-American.
Everybody's like, I prefer their breakfast, and I'm like, I hate it.
This guy supports Russia.
Oh, you guys gotta try the pineapple upside down shot, and then the cinnamon apple pie shots.
I've never
Cinnamon
had the
apple
second
pie
one, but
doesn't
I've had
sound
a lot
bad.
of the upside down shots.
I fully recommend Hangover Easy. That place is sick.
Stop by.
It was really good. And then I did want to tell you guys really quick about this movie I saw.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what it's called, but what I call it is the Nicolas Cage cum fart movie.
What?
Did he come far?
You guys want to hear
Or
about
was
the
there
Nicolas
even
Cage
Nicolas
cum
Cage
fart
in
movie?
the movie?
Hit the card.
No, no, no. I'm just kidding. Yeah, yes, 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 yes to all. There is a Nicolas Cage cum fart in the movie. Imagine it.
How does that?
What other
I
movies?
need to hear Nicolas Cage.
What other movies do you find Nicolas Cage coming and farting? No other movies.
I'll give it a Google.
So this movie, I've been wanting to check it out because it's such a weird premise. It's called Dream Scenario. And
That is very
which is-
much a dream.
which is
scenario.
strange. A cum fart is not a dream scenario, but the movie is called Dream Scenario. And it's a cool movie. It's once again A24, which anybody who listens to the podcast or knows me knows that I fully
They make
endorse
fucking
A24.
sweet-
If you see A24 has anything to do with the movie, go watch it because it's gonna be good. Green Room, a movie about a fucking edgy metal band stopping to do this concert in the middle of the woods at this like shithole bar, and it ends up being a neo-Nazi filled bar, and then they get like trapped in the green room and have to fight their way out of neo-Nazis, and it's like a metal bit. Like they just cook. A24 cooks. And then there's neo-Nazi metal band fights, and then you can also find from A24 Nicolas Cage cum farts. So anyway,
Now, don't go look that up. I mean,
I wonder. There's got to be a porn for that.
oh
But
my gosh.
Nicolas Cage, first of all, is like an interesting dude, and I've been thinking like there's certain movies I really like from him, but then once you start like learning, like listening to him,
He's like
in
the
his
gangster
interviews,
Indiana Jones.
That's interesting. The thought comparison. He's a strange dude, and like. I had started to think that I was like, I don't know, like he really does, and this has nothing to do with the cum fart, but like he does seem like one of those guys that like snorts his own farts, and like he believes that he's like an over the top like actor, like he's like the most actoriest actor of actors, like he just like really like gets into himself a little bit, I think, but. This movie made me like really like him again and actually start being like, oh, he kind of does his thing. He's a fucking actor.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good actor. But this movie is about, and I want you guys to imagine this scenario. Nicolas Cage, just a random professor or teacher dude, normal guy, receding hairline, all that. One day starts realizing and encountering people who say that like, that's so weird. Like, you look familiar. Like, I had a dream about you last night. And then, like, later on that day, he runs into another person. You were in my dream last night. And then, like, by the end of the week, he's, like, viral because everybody is dreaming about him. Like, he's in everybody's dreams, like, all at the same time, like, in every dream.
Dude.
And, like, he's, like, it's about him, like, that's the premise. Like, it's about him, like, dealing with that. And, like, it's, like, a dark comedy drama movie. And so it's about, like, how he, about, like, what's happening with that. Why is it happening? And then also, like, how he deals with it and handles it. And it's pretty fucking nuts because, like, dreams are interesting to me. So you got that. You got, like, some crazy fucking phenomenon going on. And then you got, like, his character is, like, he wants to be more. Like, he wants to be recognized. And so he starts, like, trying to use, like, being in people's dreams and being viral for that as a way to, like, further his career.
Yeah.
And it just, like, ends up, like, and he's, like, a sophisticated, like, professor dude that wants to be, like, known for his, like,
Does he wonder what they dream about or something?
he starts asking him, and I don't want to spoil the whole movie, but maybe spoiler alert. I'm not going to spoil the whole thing, but this is spoiler warning. Dream scenario.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, so he does start
Nicolas
asking.
Cage comfort.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage Comfort,
Right.
part
Like,
one.
yeah, that's what we've been talking about the whole time.
So he starts asking him, and he's every person that dream. So there's a scene in the movie where, like, they go through everybody's dreams. Like, he has a classroom full of his, like, students, and he's like, "Has anybody in here, like, had one of these dreams?" And, like, fucking most of the room raises their hand, and they start, like, going through, like, each person's dream, and, like, all the dreams are completely different, like, random shit, like. And one person's dream, he's, like, running through the forest, and, like, everybody's, like, slowly dying around him. And then this, like, hairy, bloody monster comes and chases after him. And then Nicolas Cage character, like, is just, like, walks out of a bush and, like, stares at him and is like, And then, like, in another girl's dream, she's, like holding her friend that had been hit by a car and, like, trying to save him. And then he, like, walks out of nowhere and just, like, Like, in every dream that he encounters, he's doing, like, nothing but, like, observing.
Weird.
And so he starts, like, being kind of offended by that. He's like, I do nothing in
Yeah.
all of the dreams
I'm just a Wahoo the Watcher.
I thought it was more.
until until the come part. Until he finds this one girl. And this girl, like, he encounters her, like, on the way to this, like, business meeting. And he's, like, in the elevator with her, and like, she's like, I think he says something like, have you had to have one of those dreams with me in it? And she's like, yeah, it's pretty weird. And he's like, well, I hope I've been behaving. And she's like, no, it's actually
fucking me.
It's actually quite bad. And he's like, oh, huh. And then, long story short, they ended up, like, she asked him to go out for drinks and stuff. And he's married, by the way. So they go out for drinks, and they're talking. And he's like, can I just, like, ask you, like, what have, like, the dreams been? Like, what's happening in them? And she's like, it's embarrassing. And then she ends up telling him, and she explains this scene where, like, she'll be, like, sitting alone in her apartment, and then she feels, like, his presence and looks in, like, this dark corner of the room. She's like, hello, and he's just standing there. And then he, like, walks up and slowly walks up to her on the couch, and she's like, what are you doing here? Like, what is happening? He sits down and just starts fucking the shit out of her.
Whoa.
And it's, like, the best sex ever. And she's, like, super hype about it. And so pretty much what she's wanting to do is she brings him back to the apartment and tries to recreate the dream. Because she's like, I mean, bro, it's the best sex ever. I want to try it out. And so Nicolas Cage, receding hairline, comfort dude, comes and they try to recreate it. And so
He comfort.
it starts to, like, go in the direction of recreating, and then, like, she's like usually you're, like, a little more, like, aggressive about it, and he, like, tries to do that, and then she's like, here, just let me, and she, like, unbuttons his pants, reaches in his pants, and he farts. And then he's like, I'm sorry, it's been a while for me. And she's like, it's okay. She reaches in again and grabs his dick. And then he's like, oh, and then farts again. And then he cum farts. He's got a cum fart. And it's like, does it get worse than that? like they fucking shitty Camaro.
Who that is?
He's gonna spin out, but I can't imagine a worse nightmare. There's one thing if like you're gonna like bust before the sex starts occurring, but like
Farting.
you also fart, and you're also Nicolas Cage with a receding hairline. But the movie's really good. There's more than just the cum fart in it. But
Dream scenario.
that scene is insane. I was
Out of
like,
10, what would you give it?
if I'm taking this rating seriously, I'd probably give it. And this is like I'm trying to take it seriously.
Right,
all movies included. Like, probably give it a 6.8 or a 7.1.
Okay. Light to decent 6.5 to 7.
I really liked it, but like I can't give it like a 8.5 when there's movies like out there that I'm like obsessed with.
Right.
Like, what was? Bro.
It's not the guy.
Like civil. Yeah, it's and
I don't think I have a movie that I'm like obsessed with though.
I'm not
Civil War.
obsessed with, but
so, I don't mean obsessed, but like there's movies where I'm like, oh, that's a fucking
Well, I mean-
amazing movie.
Yeah, like can you watch this movie like over and over and over and over again?
I would love to watch Civil War over and over again, but it's not like that's my favorite movie.
I mean, like I watch
But
the movies over and over to
The Revenant?
tap and get
That's
to
a
know the
good
full
movie.
story. But
The Revenant's really good. I could watch like Inglourious Bastards a bunch of times. I really like Reservoir Dogs. I like
this might be bad, but Django is one of
The
my.
Sound of Metal. That's not bad.
crazy good movie.
Just because the subject matter is insane doesn't mean that it's
Yeah.
bad.
We all agree Walt's wife had a good thought going into this, and she did her best. This time, no hoods. Next time.
Oh my god!
That scene with Jonah Hill is fucking insane. I cannot believe he agreed to do
Oh, yeah. But imagine being Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah,
That's
Right.
gonna be like
That's-
this.
it.
Like
What the
that.
fuck? And
Oh.
Sam Jackson. Everybody's crazy in that movie.
We didn't. We'll just save it for next time. I know you gotta go, and but I want.
Super guy.
I want to end on this note since we brought this up, and this is really quick. Don't worry.
Okay.
check out
You talk,
ScheunemanBrand.com.
like imagine being Leonardo DiCaprio, right? Like and Django having to use the N word like 98,000 times. By the way, did you see that one girl that was like talking about like gold diggers and she just like casually drops the
Oh
N-word?
yeah, on TikTok, she got fired from her real life job. Over
And
that.
dude, did you see her apology?
she doubled down.
Yeah, she was like,
Yeah, she
"What?"
said, "Yeah, what about it?"
Yeah,
What the
and
fuck, bitch?
I don't know. Another recommendation. I don't know if you guys have ever seen They. You've seen that on Amazon.
Yeah. That movie.
She looks like a character from that neighborhood.
Yeah, they're in their Detroit and the Covenant.
Yeah,
Yeah. That
And
show is
she-
insane.
She also looks like the girl from Get Out that eats
Oh
the
my
Cheerios and then sips milk.
yeah.
She looks like a psychotic racist bitch.
Freaky bitch.
And here I'll go out and I won't even say it. She fucked up. That's crazy. And like the fact that she's like, what? And she did like a fake apology. And then like when they took her post down for being against guidelines, she was like, lame. Like, bro, this
What are you,
this
fucking
bitch is
gay?
crazy. But yeah, okay, so being Leonardo DiCaprio and Django would be insane. You have to do all that. I don't even know if I could say yes to that. But then again, me and Marquise have talked about this. It's a period piece.
It is a period piece, and for enough money.
I'm also super glad that people aren't so insane that they like actually did come on. I'm sure there's a couple crazy nut jobs that are like, Leonardo DiCaprio, you racist bastard. But it's
Yeah.
like, luckily people haven't completely lost their minds to the point where they couldn't handle that.
Exactly.
But one crazy other example of like casting, and this is the last part.
Okay.
And Quentin Tarantino has a movie, and I forget what it is. It's like one of his earlier movies. And there's a scene where like this really hot girl is like getting like seduced, and like some guy has to like suck her toes, right? And he
Grab the whipped cream.
so Quentin Tarantino's the director. He casts everybody in the movie. He's like, who's best for this role? Blah blah blah. The only scene he plays in that movie is the guy that sucks her toes.
He's a big foot guy like Dan
He
Schneider.
casted himself.
Pedophile.
He's like, who needs to suck this hot girl's toes?
I know.
I think I would do it best.
Salma Hayek, I'm pretty sure, and he
You
sucks
know what I'm
her
talking about?
toes. Yeah,
Yeah.
I forget the name of the movie, but I'm pretty sure he sucks Salma Hayek's
Is it
feet.
Until Dawn or something?
Maybe.
Or is it it's not that that one with the cars, I don't think. Is it Dusk Till Dawn? What
Dusk
is
Till
it?
Dawn. Yeah, that's the name of the movie.
Is that it? That's the movie
I don't know if that's the movie, but that is the name of a movie.
with Quentin Tarantino, like as a director.
I think.
He only has like 8.
Right.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Just a teaser. Next time, well, we have a really, really, really cool, awesome guest coming on next week that we're excited for. So the week after, maybe, depending on how we release them, I don't know. We will be discussing an idea that we've had over here at Scheuneman, and we want to hear what you guys think about it. But just as a teaser, it involves getting a lot of musical artists that we've bumped shoulders with, putting them together on a crazy, creative, artistic
Dusk
tape.
Till Dawn.
Okay,
Boom.
figured. Good.
You're right.
And so Dusk Till, and so we want to get your guys. We want to talk about our ideas regarding that and get your guys' opinions and feelings about that because we think it would be a really cool thing to do. And I'll just leave it at that because we can get into that next time. ScheunemanBrand.com. We have some new updates coming to the website very, very soon, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't go check it out right now. The lookbook and all that, learn about the designs. There's a crazy... I also, when we talk about that idea that we have, I want to get back into reminding people like a little bit of what you'd see in the lookbook or hear about, like the inspiration behind this collection that's being rolled out right now. It's a powerful, meaningful collection full of beautiful, high-quality designer streetwear that you should be wearing because it'll be the next big thing soon. And the quality is extreme, super comfortable, and super detailed. Go get yourself something. And thank you for watching the podcast. Like, comment, subscribe. Matt, what do you want to promote?
Fucking.
You want to promote fucking?
So I always want to promote fucking, bro. It's good for the soul.
Fucking and farts.
My song with Dave East and P Nutty coming out the 14th of this month, man. Fucking get ready for that. That's this Friday. By the time this episode comes out, that will already be out. Go stream that shit on all platforms available. Mainly Spotify. Shout out Spotify. I love you. Wu-Tang forever. Inflammatory political statement. No, I think I'm good.
Check out all socials for Scheuneman.
Love you.
Love you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. I'm going to work.